Today, I'm going to be delivering the goods. I'm going to be talking about the Bitcoin price targets and why we have 53 days left based on astrology. Okay, guys, so we're diving into this. Why am I saying do we have 53 days left? We're going to dive into this, but none of this is financial or investment advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Crypto is risky. You could lose your money. So definitely keep that in mind. We're going to be talking about the Bitcoin price targets, and why we only have 53 days left. All right. So we have the Bitcoin price chart here. We are at 112. If we take a 50% Fibonacci here from the peak to this low of September 1st, we get this green line, this 50% level. We are sitting below that. So that shows us that for the short term, at least, Bitcoin is in a weak position. When we're below this green line, we're in a weak position. So we could be bouncing around here, or we could even have further downside. We'll have to see what is to come. Well, let's take a look also. I'm going to teach you guys how to fish today. I'm not just going to tell you what I'm thinking. I'll teach you exactly how I found this. So if we zoom out, we go to the Bitcoin market cap chart. I repeat, we go to the Bitcoin market cap chart. Everybody's so obsessed with the price chart, but it's actually, especially with price targets, more important to look at the market cap. So we take a simple Fibonacci line from the previous bull run peak, November 8th, down to the bear market lows of November 28th, 2022, it looks like. But we want to get it as close as we can here. I think I need to shift it a little bit. Yeah. So if we zoom in, then we can try to get this line right on there, right on the lows there. And then we get the 50% level. We zoom out, and then we look out above. We look up above, and we get these levels. We get the Fibonacci 2.618. We get the Fibonacci 3.618, and then the 4.236. Let's look at what happened in the last bull run. We got to, well, first we got to the 3.618 and we just started stalling out. Well, we almost got up to the 4.236. Then we tested all the way back down to, well, pretty close to the 1.618. And then we headed on a final run, and we did get past the 4.236. That was very impressive. But sometimes, the next bull run, sometimes it goes lower. So there's even a chance we only get to the 3.618. It's certainly possible. It could even stop right below it. Or we're just going to do the unthinkable, and we're just going to get the 4.236 again. And I know probably some people even think we're going beyond that, but I don't know about that, guys. Don't want to get too crazy here. So there's a definite chance we could, like I was saying, I mean, in probably the worst case, we just get to the 2.618. Best case, we get to the, or not best case, well, better case, we get to the 3.618. And then I would say the best case, we get to the 4.236 here. All right, so there's those levels. We have 2.92 trillion, 3.93 trillion, and 4.55 trillion for the Bitcoin market cap. Keep that in mind. But then we want to keep in mind the, if we go to the Bitcoin coin market cap, then we get a circulating supply of 19.92 million for Bitcoin. For a lot of these coins, the circulating supply changes. The Bitcoin circulating supply changes a little bit for the Bitcoin halving. So there's the number right there. There's the circulating supply, how much Bitcoin is actually circulating. So then you get out your handy dandy calculator, or today, of course, we take out our handy dandy ChatGPT. And so I just typed in, what price would Bitcoin be with a circulating supply of 19.92 million with the market caps that we just talked about. I rounded down a little bit just for safety concerns. We don't want the price to just get really close to it, and then we don't get our opportunity to sell, and then it just dumps after that. So I like to round down. So we have 2.9 trillion, 3.9 trillion, and 4.5 trillion. Here's the equation, the magical equation. The price, Bitcoin price equals the market cap over the circulating supply. So we take the circulating supply right here, We plug in the numbers, and for the first one, for the 2.618 Fibonacci, we get the price of 145. All right, so yeah, I could see that happening. Maybe we get to 145 for Bitcoin. The next case for the 3.618 Fibonacci, we get 195,000 for Bitcoin. Not bad. I would be very happy with that. And then the 4.236 extension, we get the price for Bitcoin, $225,000. Wow. $225,000 Bitcoin. So those are the levels there. I personally, I don't know. I'd be leaning towards the lower level. But we'll see, man. Man, if we get to 195, that's people are gonna be very euphoric. That would be very, very exciting. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. We're getting to 145K, 195K, or 225K or above. I know some people are like, well, it's gonna get to $500,000. Let's see, y'all. Let's see about that. Okay, now we're going to be diving into the Bitcoin astrology. So this is for the astrology enthusiasts, the astrology believers. This is amazing. Even if you don't believe in astrology, just stay tuned for this. Watch this. So when did we get this low right here? We got this low. Let's see. This was the Trump tariffs. April 8th. Right there. I guess April 7th. Well, yeah, April 8th, it looks like was the exact low. Boom. All right, let's take a look at the astrology. So I took an astrology chart for the, the birthday, the very start of the Bitcoin BlackRock ETF release on January 11th, 2024, 9:30 a.m. New York time. And we pull up the deeper astrology. We're going to go back. Actually, no, let's just take a look at the chart here. So we're going to go back to April 8th. What do we have? We have Saturn. You see this planet right here, this red planet, conjunct the IBIT. That's the Bitcoin BlackRock ETF, Neptune. Now, this is a very negative conjunction here. So this is when Saturn is exactly conjunct the IBIT Neptune, Bitcoin BlackRock ETF for Neptune. Because Neptune can bring in a lot of confusion. Saturn can bring contractions and hard lessons in reality. Guys, this was exactly when we got the low for Bitcoin here. Boom. So there is a very, very, very close correlation here. This is absolutely amazing. We even look on this dynamic chart. Let's go back to April, and then let's go out like 7 months. So it shows it right here. Saturn conjunct the IBIT Neptune on April 7th, okay? Literally within 24 hours of the actual low for Bitcoin. Okay. So this transit's going to happen again. And it's going to happen again on November 17th. All right. The first time we got that big dump, we got a major low here. Are we going to get another dump around that time? And that leads us out to... Well, that leads us out to the 17th here. So 55 days from now. And in the meantime, what's Bitcoin going to do? Are we going to shoot up to the 145 level, the 195? Or are we just going to continue to kind of taper out here? Or is this going to be an extended cycle where, maybe Bitcoin goes down, then it goes up, and it's just kind of trading sideways around here, and then it just kind of dumps November, and then we head up from there, and then we go on another mega bull run? It's certainly possible. But basically with the astrology, there's this major concern where Saturn is going to conjunct the IBIT, the Bitcoin BlackRock ETF, again on November 17th. The good news is that we do have some positive transits. We have the Neptune sextiling the Bitcoin BlackRock Pluto. Pluto can bring power and wealth, and Neptune can bring euphoria. So we could have euphoria by November 6th. It's certainly in the cards. And then let's see. Let's look closer to. Oh, we also have this very, very bullish transit. Uranus trining the Bitcoin Pluto, the Bitcoin BlackRock ETF Pluto. Uranus is the planet of technology and crypto, making a very positive trine to the IBIT Pluto. Pluto is the planet of wealth. We had that on July 1st, and we're going to have it again on November 15th. Let's see what happened July 1st. We actually got that was around here. That transit hit, and then we actually got a pump, a quick consolidation, then a major pump. All right, so there's a possibility that we get something like that if history repeats, around November, let's say, November 15th. So we could even get a peak around November 15th. That's what I was saying, potentially 53 days from now. Brings us to November 15th. So that's a very, very bullish transit there, which could bring us a very exciting November, which is perfect timing for my retreat coming up November 1st through 7th, where the intention of this retreat is to be taking profits, or at least perfecting our profit-taking strategy around November, right around here, where the market could be doing very well or could be going into a major breakout. And who knows if we'll be getting an altcoin run. We absolutely could be. By then, could be very, very exciting. Even if Bitcoin gets a lower high, that can be extremely bullish for altcoins, and we could get a massive altcoin run around then. So this retreat, by the way, in the beautiful paradise island of Bali, is perfectly timed to be able to maximize our profits at that time with expert accountability, with a mastermind group of like-minded investors and individuals, where we can all come together, have that accountability to take those profits when we need to. And it could be during that retreat in paradise in Bali. So definitely click the link below if you're interested in that. You have 1 week to sign up and get that deal. We have a few more spots left only. And then after September 30th, the price will go up. So jump on this. And so let's go back to the astrology. And so September 19th, we started to get a correction for Bitcoin. And this is the Jupiter opposing the IBIT Sun. I wasn't sure which direction that was going to go, but we're going down. And so the fact that we're going to get another Jupiter opposing the IBIT Moon, first time it was opposing the Sun, we got a dump. Now it's opposing the Moon, which is a very sensitive area in the chart. We could get further correction. It's actually possible. September 29th. So in the short term, still looking a little bit weak. But then we get Jupiter trining the IBIT Neptune heading into November, which is positive. Yeah, and then that other super bullish transit, the Uranus, which I already covered. Uranus trining the IBIT Pluto, which is a potential peak or a massive breakout. But that's right before the November 17th. It actually lasts into December. So let me show you here. We look at Saturn here. Let's go to where we are now. So to keep your eyes on this planet Saturn, this red planet right there, we're going to go forwards, and it's retrograding, and it's going to hit 25 degrees, and it's going to conjunct the IBIT Neptune, which is that super bearish. We got a dump the last time it happened, April 7th, the Trump tariffs, and now we're getting it again November 17th. Then it's gonna, here's what's really interesting. See how it's red, Saturn at 25 degrees, and then it's gonna change to white. So then it's gonna go direct. And right when it goes direct, it's then gonna conjunct again over the IBIT Neptune on December 9th. So it's happening November 17th and December 9th. Now, this is gonna be the second and third time that it conjuncts Neptune exactly here. The second and third time, it becomes a little bit weaker each time. So perhaps we got that massive correction April 7th. Perhaps these corrections are going to be a little bit less. But I think that we're going to have a major market shift here. Either we get, the best case scenario is we get a nice consolidation November all the way to December 9th before another move up. or this is the end of the bull market and we get a big dump around by, you know, November 17th, and then we get further downside December 9th. It's tricky to say, but definitely a time for caution. So I'll be looking at the charts. I'll be looking to see, where is it? I'll be looking to see where the Coinbase app is ranked. It's still pretty low. So we're, you know, usually when it gets ranked really high, then we're getting euphoric. Well, specifically back in December 3rd, it was in the top 10. And that was actually a great selling opportunity. And again, in around February 22nd, around there, getting some high numbers. Basically, this means a lot of people are downloading the Coinbase app and investing in crypto. New, like beginners, are jumping into crypto. But now it's pretty low right now. So we're not seeing signs of euphoria. Also on the Google trends, geez, the searches for Bitcoin are lower than they were back in April. I think a little bit lower, and just barely higher than they were last year. Just barely. So, I mean, the Google searches for Bitcoin are very low right now, which shows that there's not a lot of interest right now. No, not a lot of signs of euphoria. If, you know, by November we're seeing like a big uptick, like we're seeing Bitcoin, you know, searches on Google getting to levels that they were in 2021, then that's a sell. In my opinion, I'm going to be selling. I mean, even if it gets up to interesting, even if it gets up to where it was in November, maybe I would sell. But right now it's still very low. Which the good news is we have further to go. I think in this bull market, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So we haven't seen those signs of euphoria. We're not seeing. Well, we're seeing fear enter the market. So I'm thinking about buying. Potentially, especially if we get extreme fear. It's usually better to buy in fear than it is in greed. But if we're in like extreme greed by November, then I would be taking profits on the amazing Bali Crypto Astro Retreat coming up November 1st through 7th. We will be checking all of the indicators together, keeping each other accountable to make intelligent decisions. You got to make your own decisions because none of this is financial advice. So yeah, if the markets are in extreme greed, you know, I'm going to be taking some profits. But if we're still in like neutral, then we probably have more to go. So we'll have to see what is showing up on these indicators. Then also the daily exchange volume. If the exchange volume is going way up, like it did back in November, then maybe that's a good profit taking indicator. So we'll be looking at all of these to help you maximize your profits November 1st through 7th. Definitely check out the link below. So we've covered a lot today, man. We've covered the price targets. We've looked at the deep dive astrology. I'm giving you guys some really, really good information. Usually I only give this to my private Crypto Astro mastermind, but I would just want to deliver some of the goods today. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Looking forward to many more videos. I'm going to be coming out with a Bitcoin astrology update for the month of October. It's going to be very, very fascinating to see what's in store for October, if things are looking positive or if we're just going to have another long consolidation month or we're going to have a massive breakout soon. So definitely stay tuned for that. Subscribe. One of the number one things you can do on this channel is subscribe to show your support, and you will get access to the next upcoming Bitcoin astrology update video for the month of October. It's going to be very, very fascinating. All right. Thanks to you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.